And our next keynote is going to be Satellite Communications and Wholesale Voice and Data by Samer Halawi of Thuraya.
Anybody here from mobile operators? Okay, the presentation is for you, exclusive for you. Okay. So I'm going to go through this really quickly. I just want to play a little video.
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, man. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low.
All right. Basically, just want to talk about three things. One is a little summary of what's going on with Thuraya. We've been a company under transformation for the last 4 years now, approximately. And second thing, give you a little bit of a view on how the MSS sector, MSS is mobile satellite services, is evolving. And the third one is, what is the relationship between us and mobile terrestrial operators? What is it that we can do with them? So basically, Thuraya has been in transformation for the last 4 years. It's a company that wasn't doing very well. The CAGR between 2008 and 2011 was declining. Since then, the company has been doing really well. Our focus has been on innovation as a company, trying to drive innovation by disrupting the satellite market. We had to work a lot on our debt, on our balance sheet, which has improved quite a bit in the last few years. And the focus for us over the last year has been to look at the next generation capability. What is it that we want to do once our first satellite goes out of service in 2020? So again, our focus has been on innovation, looking to disrupt the market. And innovation comes in many forms. One is products like the SAT sleeve that you see on the right side. It's basically transforms the way people look at satellite phones. A satellite phone used to be a satellite terminal that was, for some people, complicated and something that they were not used to. But now what we've done is we made your iPhone or your Android phone, your Galaxy phone, become a satellite phone by adding an accessory to it. So by doing that, not only it allowed us to introduce new types of devices, but also allowed us to introduce new business models and also, in particular, distribution channels with mobile operators that were not interested in the mobile satellite services business before. So what does the mobile satellite services industry look like? Well, in the past, it used to be one where there's just a few users, and those users are in remote areas or in really bad conditions or at sea. And they use satellite communications quite a bit because there's no other solution. So the subscriber base was small. It was high usage. Today, things are a bit different. First of all, there's more convergence. So we at Thuraya, for example, we have over 360 roaming agreements with different mobile operators around the world, including some in the US where we don't cover. The GSM is everywhere. It didn't used to be everywhere. Now it's everywhere. And not only it's everywhere, now it's whenever there's a disaster and it goes away, comes back quickly. But there's more devices that are being used. Why are there more devices? Because people are more aware of the need to have mobile satellite services. And also because there's more commerce at sea and there's more traffic in the aero world and all of that. In the future, things will look quite a bit different. The trend is such that there's going to be millions of users, millions of subscribers of mobile satellite services. So, you know, in the terrestrial world, people tend to think that this is an industry that is dying. Well, not many are going to be using their devices because they have coverage from terrestrial. But there's going to be many, many people that will have access to devices that they will pay an insurance policy, a small access fee, just to access the network when they need to and where they need to. And there's many examples as to things happening in the world, and we'll talk about this in a second. So how can we work with the mobile operators, and why is there a need or why is there an incentive for the mobile operators who traditionally are really big? The mobile satellite industry for them is very small, it's tiny, it's not very interesting. Why should they have an incentive to work with us? Well, look at it this way. The mobile operators a few years ago were growing massively, and there were just 1 or 2 operators per country. They just needed to put infrastructure and get subscribers, and everything was great for them. Things are not as great today. There's more competition. They have to compete for subscribers. They have to differentiate from each other. They have to look for ways to generate ARPUs. But look at the conditions of the world today. There's still a lot of people that are unconnected. There's all the maritime areas; those will always remain unconnected. So is the aeronautical world. There's increasing disasters, whether those are man-made or natural. And with the environment, with the global warming and all of this, you have events like the Katrina. You have events like the Boston bombing, during which the mobile network was turned off on purpose. And now people are not expecting the mobile network to be off. If it's off, it's a problem. They need something else. But very importantly, and do you have a sleeve? Can I have a sleeve? The devices like our sat sleeve, which turns a satellite terminal into an accessory. So basically, this becomes, maybe you can show it around. Just show it around. So it's a very small device that allows you to have all your contacts and all your messages and everything on your iPhone, which you're used to. And your iPhone or your Samsung becomes the interface to the satellite network. So basically, we're turning your smartphone into a satellite smartphone. What this does is it creates a mental shift with consumers. So instead of having a satellite phone in their briefcase, now they have an accessory for their iPhone, just like they have a charger or an extra battery. So where we sell those devices and to whom we sell them is very different than what it used to be. And as you see, it's very small, so you can put it in your pocket. So this innovation in products like this are changing the behavior of the oh, here comes my customer. Thank you for coming. So what does an alignment between us and a terrestrial mobile operator do? It allows the mobile operator to differentiate from its competitor. And usually you see probably the second mobile operator in a country more interested in differentiating because they want to catch up with the number one. The second thing is that they can claim for day one 100% geographical coverage. No mobile operator can claim 100%. With a deal with Raya, they can do that. The other thing is they can increase their ARPU. Now, a little bit of ARPU, and a little bit of additional ARPU is very good for a mobile operator today. It didn't used to be as big of a deal a few days ago. And of course, they can add to their portfolio innovative solutions that others don't have. So differentiation will be key for them. We have a few case studies to talk about. Softbank Mobile is a Japanese mobile operator. It's a very big Japanese mobile operator. They recently bought Sprint in the US. And they have been very interested in satellite communications. As you know, Japan is a country that is very well connected by GSM, but at the same time is very much prone to disasters. And there's a lot of earthquakes. And the Japanese are very diligent at doing testing. They test things. They prepare for disasters. They do it diligently. So what did SoftBank do? Well, they offered a retail bundle. And remember, Japan is a very rich market. So they offered a bundle for $55 a month. $55 a month, that's quite a bit of money. They offered that to their customers. And of course, they're targeting the high end of their customers. So for $55 a month, those customers get a free sat sleeve or a satellite phone, and they get $10 of airtime free per month. Now, guess what they do with that $10 of airtime per month? They do their testing to make sure that that device works in case there's an earthquake. So the consumer business is more of a backup business, but there's quite a few of those subscribers now in Japan that are buying because they want to make sure that they have something in case disaster happens. Of course, there's a traditional enterprise market that go at sea or they go in areas that are remote. So those are customers as well. So for SoftBank, it allows them to differentiate, allows them to show their strength against companies like Docomo, and and it allows them to have more customer loyalty, which is something that is very interesting for them. A very different example is Airtel. Now, we have signed an agreement with Airtel. As you know, Airtel is totally different than SBM. It's an operator that has several countries in Africa, and the ARPU is peanuts. And it's, they have mostly prepaid customers. What do they want from us? Of course, Africa, there's a lot more remote areas and non-connected areas than a place like Japan. So most of the people the customers of Airtel that will use it are enterprise customers, not the guys looking for backup. But those are people who will use the services. So the business model between us and Airtel is very different than the business model between us and SBM. But it allows Airtel to give access, in day one to 100% geographical coverage in 17 markets in one shot. And of course, it allows them to gain some edge. They can bundle with their services. If they are offering smartphones, they can bundle our device with the smartphone, the hardware together with airtime on the terrestrial and on the satellite. They can offer our services through their own branded SIM cards. They don't have to put Thuraya SIM cards. We have arrangements for all of this stuff. A similar example is in the Philippines. So I won't go into the details, but also in the Philippines, we signed an agreement with a company called Smart. So we have different business models for mobile operators that work for them, that allow them to differentiate from their competitors and allow them to offer 100% geographic coverage, gives them a little bit of extra ARPU. It's not significant business, but it's strategically important for them. There's more deals in the pipeline. Just to wrap up here, MSS is not what it used to be. It's a different type of business. It's a business whereby, that is changing, that is becoming one of volumes with much less usage. That's the trend. And in order to accompany the trend, you have to drive innovation into the products and services and into the distribution. And that's what we're trying to do as Thuraya. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.